Hi, everyone. I'm Kathleen, and I'm here to talk about the completion of week 7. And I would say that for week 7, every moment during the week, I was thinking about the course lesson. I don't know what this or anything else means, because it was a week where it gave me every opportunity to see so many different beliefs and desires as a reflection of a very topsy-turvy world. We took a look at choice, heaven and hell are concepts there. And I had many, many surprises. And I did, we took 2 questionnaires this week, and I brought some of the answers because they did surprise me. And I thought I would just read a few. When we asked Jesus about heaven and hell, he was very definitive. He said, it is a state of mind, constructs that move and change as you manage your way on the timeline, mere constructs to support your qualifications of pain, pleasure, separation, union, joy, and disjointing. He also said that when we looked at what is protected to keep heaven, to keep hell as heaven, very clearly stated that that was our sense of safety and security. He mentioned that treasures laid up in heaven are really treasures laid up in hell, the hell that appears in random helter-skelter assortment of mental gyrations and mind phantoms. And when we looked at what does it take to reverse the idea that heaven is hell and hell is heaven, again, a very definitive answer: determination and focus, regular asking with me. You are reversing eons of what you thought were permanent, primary, non-changeable beliefs. And a note of hope, he said this, if the skies are opening, and he just reminded us to smile. So when we took a look at choice, and Jesus again shared an answer that I didn't see coming. I was surprised, but I certainly did listen up. The question was, what do I think choice is, Jesus? At first glance, you may see choice as a decision between a this or a that. To elaborate, it is an indicator of personal preference, your opportunity to declare, to make yourself known, to ring the bell of personal identity, a symbol and a signal to polish your place and position your personal kingdom. Each time you choose, you are reminded and thus reinforce the separation. That answer certainly gave me pause, to say the least. I never saw choice that way before, and that came through early in the week, and I find myself referring to that in that answer in the notebook quite a lot. And just coincidentally, at the center, we've been looking at choice a lot this week in the light circles, and I just keep going back to the original statement that we received from Jesus. And just to add a little bit now to the choice motif, there was a question that came up: Why is choice death? And his response was, it is the clutching to the personal identity, the parameters of which you still cling, holding tightly to naming, classifying, elaborating your choices. Do you see that these selections to which you seem bound block a much grander flow, the flow from the Father to the Son? Could you choose anything more than that? Choosing rather than asking can be wearisome when it need not be. And after we do a first looking with a question, we're always asked to see, is there anything else, Jesus, you want to share with us? So when I did my deep dive, I immediately saw a picture of Matt Damon. And I thought, what is that about? And all of a sudden, it came to me, it was Matt Damon in The Bourne Identity. But the thing was, he wasn't really talking about the movie. It was the movie's title. And that sense of it's a born identity. It's not your real identity. You came here to learn what you need to learn that you are God, you are part of God, and the born identity is not your true essence. So as things would happen also, that same day we were doing a chapter 20 desire. And I wanted to include a little bit of that because it seemed to just be a complete lovely flow. And he was telling us how guidance is a shortcut. And he, in terms of choice and whatnot, but I just wanted to read what he had shared with that. You still don't fully understand that guidance is your shortcut. What is best for you at the moment, ask. What will ultimately draw forth the best results. Following guidance will not leave you bereft in some way as you assume. It adds strength and stature to your step, and enough steps will take you home. And that just stayed with me. I just wanted to share that. And the last thing where we were reading, was it chapter 12, about the stories. And I since I am a therapist and my world, my professional world is all about talking about emotions. And I was so struck in the text about the part where Jesus is saying how it is not automatically given that emotions must be experienced. And as explained by Jesus, emotions are just part of the mechanism of the denial of divine nature. It just sets up the belief that the world is real and there's a me operating in the world. And I was just, it took a lot. I had to really work and wrestle with the belief or with the statement that emotions are not really necessary. They're part of the desired experience, and I'm doing my darndest to fully appreciate and understand that when the desires fall away, the emotions won't be necessary, they will dissolve as well. So that is what I'm working on. And tune in for next week. We'll see. Thanks.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Mhm.
Cathleen.
Mhm.
Oh.